Have you ever traded a football match and lost, or even traded a football match and won, but thought to yourself, maybe I could have traded that match differently, maybe I could have made more profits? The questions go around in your head and you do wonder what you could have done differently if you had another chance to trade that match. Well, in this video, we're going to be showing you how you can retrade previous football matches to learn better for next time. Go grab a nice cold beer and let's get into it. So this here is the football trading super simulator. So in the other videos, if you've seen them, you might have seen the regular simulator, which mainly just has the match odds market and the goals markets. But the super simulator also involves the correct score market. And if we scroll down, you've even got the first half goals markets and the first half match odds markets. So this gives you the ability to trade on multiple markets at once. So you could have some stakes in the match odds market and have something in the correct score market, have something in the goal markets, and you can try some cross market strategies. That's obviously for the more intermediate to advanced trader. But what we're going to show you in this video is basically how to retrade a match which has already happened. Okay, so you might remember the Europa League final, Freiburg versus Aston Villa. Now we set it up in the back end. So you would click match setup. You would just get the details for this match and then just put it in here. Okay, so we've got the goal timings for the match. We've got the odds. Okay, you could get the odds, the historical odds on flash scores or something like that for whatever match you want to look at. Not hard to get hold of. You just put them in here and then put in the goal timings and it will simulate that match exactly how it happened. Okay, so we know Aston Villa kicked off priced around 1.6 on a Betfair exchange. They took the lead on 41 minutes and we could just press next goal. There you go. And their price went into around 1.2. They went 2-0 up just on the stroke of half time, didn't they? So that really shortened the price drastically by half time. And then they were out of sight by the 58th minute, and that was pretty much it. So a very easy win for Aston Villa. So we could look at let's say you traded this match and you traded it by backing Aston Villa, and let's just say you got out after the first goal. Okay, after Aston Villa took the lead. Okay, so let's see. So yep, you could have cashed out for £31 and that would have been that. Okay, but we can go back and we can retrade this. Okay, there is that button to clear the bet, so you could just click here and it will clear the bets as well. But we could retrade this in a slightly different way. So we could look at, what if we were to do something on the correct score market? What if we were to Dutch some scores in favor of Aston Villa? Let's say we want to Dutch 2-0, 3-0 and the 2-1. Okay, place the Dutch. Same £100 stake. Now, what would it have done for us after Aston Villa took the lead? I don't know, actually. Don't know how this is going to play out. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you would have locked in £57 profit. So same sort of risk in the market, right? But, a bigger profit. So that's interesting. And you could note that down and you could have a think before you trade a similar match in the future and realize, you know what, that's increased the profit taking that sort of approach. Anyway, let's clear out those bets, and we can obviously see the correct score market would have been good. What if we did a sort of delayed back on Aston Villa? What if we watched the first 30 minutes? Because Aston Villa were absolutely dominant, if I remember this match. And we can see that Aston Villa's price, it started at 1.6. You could have got them around 1.83 by 30 minutes. And what if we were to have backed them at that point and then checked out the goal? And that would have given you a nice cash out. So that delayed entry on this sort of match is interesting, because obviously that delayed entry gives us the extra information of seeing whether Aston Villa were dominant before we backed them. So you could just say, hey, do you know what, this sort of match, I'll wait till 30 minutes. I've got the extra information, I've got a better price, and I'd like to back them at that particular point. If a goal goes in, well, fair enough. but I didn't have the information I wanted. I didn't have the price I wanted. So you just wait for another match. But anyway, this is what we're showing you right now. With this tool, you can effectively retrade a match which has already happened to see if there was a strategy which might have worked better or a better way to have traded this match. So we'll remove these bets. We'll go back and what if we did an entry on 30 minutes, which was on the, well, let's see, on the over 2.5 goals market. If we waited till that point to get involved, backing over 2.5 goals, let's see what that first goal would have done for us. And we would have had a nice lock-in actually. So if anything, that's maybe an even better angle to have backed the over 2.5 goals, delayed entry on 30 minutes, because then that wouldn't have mattered. If Freiburg would have took the lead, you would have seen a similar price. And then obviously, as we know, that second goal arrived not long after, and you would have had a very, very nice cash out position going in on the goals markets. So as said, there's so many different things you can look at, and if you're going to be any sort of advanced or pro level trader, it's always worth reviewing your trades to see how the match could have played out differently and how you could have improved your trading. And real quick, I do have some good news for those who like the look of this simulator, want to get hold of it. We do have copies available now. Previously, you had to get on a waiting list and it wasn't always available, but it is available to get now, and there is a link in the description for you to grab it. It works right away via Microsoft Excel. So if you've got Microsoft Excel, it will work right away. If not, you should also grab that. You just upload the file and you can get going, and you can do exactly what you're seeing on this video and much, much more. Okay, practice your football trading, test new strategies, basically just save time and save money with the whole thing. And you can trade a whole match within seconds, as you are seeing. Okay, so it's a really great tool for football traders. If you are trading football and you are new to this, or even intermediate, and you want to test some stuff out, this is the solution for you. As I said, link is in the description. You can get it right away. You get lifetime access, so you get it to keep forever. So yeah, link is in the description. Anyway, let's get back to it. And so as said, the great thing about the football trading super simulator is the fact that we can use all these markets all at once. So let's just say, what if you wanted to try something like this? We wanted to split our stake, backing Aston Villa, and then we wanted to also back the 2-0 to Aston Villa, knowing that obviously this price should shorten once Aston Villa take the lead. So let's just see if that would have done anything better for us with the particular strategy. First goal, I mean, not really, not compared to the correct score market. So yeah, but you still would have been in green there on the £58 of profit. But yeah, you can split it across two markets and test cross-market strategies inside the super simulator. And as said, you got the first half goals market also. So let's take a look at this, and let's go back to the first minute on this, if we can reset everything. Okay, it's reset now. Running a little bit slow. I mean, this does take up a lot of bandwidth on your computer. So anyway, let's look at that half an hour. So 30-minute entry point on the first half goals market. And let's look at something like this. Let's say, and we're obviously doing this knowing how the match turned out, but we split our stake, backing over 0.5 goals, backing over 1.5 goals. Okay, let's go to the next goal market and see what that would have done. And so this profit would have landed. We obviously can't trade out on this one, but we would have landed that profit. And then it would be a case of potentially just making a free bet on the over 1.5 goals in the first half. There's only a few minutes left, but at least you've removed your risk. And if that bonus goal arrives, which we know it did, then you would have landed the profit on this also. So yeah, that would have worked out very, very well. But of course, look, the main idea here is that you're just retrading a match to kind of see what strategies would have worked best. And it can be a very, very good and positive learning exercise if you are, especially if you're a beginner. You know, if you think back to the days when I started football trading, then look, you traded the match, and once that match was over, That was it. There wasn't anything more you could do to maybe retrade the match. You had to use your imagination, if anything. But this is great that we've got this technology now where, yeah, if you traded a match, you traded it in a good way or you traded it in a bad way, and you want to see if there was a way to have improved the way you traded it or to really maximize your profits, and you wanted to see how that could have played out, then this tool is great. Okay, the football trading simulator. This is the super simulator version of it. As you saw earlier on, the link is in the description if you want to grab it. Before you had to be on the wait list. It was very hard to get hold of. Now you can grab it. You do get lifetime access and it works straight. You just upload it in Microsoft Excel and it works right away. Okay, it works offline also. So anyway, as you can see, it's a great tool. There's so many different things you can do with this. And one of the main things you can do with this is to test your own strategy idea. You can test the strategy idea. You can then retest it. You can do a variation on that and then test that one also. And we've done exactly that in the video that is on the screen right now. And if you want to see the full experiment, we did this on the over 3.5 goals market, tested a whole bunch of strategies, then check out the video that's on the screen. Okay, I'll see you in that next video.